Hello, hello, it's me and Dan, and it's here with a special Sunday. I've decided, so I think yesterday I mentioned that I was going to play a couple of different LGBTQ plus friendly games today, but I realized, I decided, why play, 4 games on one Sunday for half hour each when I can play 4 games across all the Sundays of June for 2 hours each. So today we're going to play If Found, which should be actually about 2 hours long. The whole game should take about 2 hours long. So it ought to be quite, well, I don't know if fun is the correct... Oh, what are we doing? Okay. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. So this will be the main mechanic, I think. This is a visual novel, and the main mechanic will be like erasing stuff. Ooh. Nice. That's at 10 million miles in orbit around Jupiter. Hey Joe, happy Pride! In orbit around Jupiter. Oh, wait, I forgot to, there we go. You may have heard an echo just now, and I figured it out. I forgot to mute the television. All right, in orbit around Jupiter. I've never been so far before. Ooh. There's Jupiter. How do I know when I'm done? I need to go further. Only one more jump. And I will be the first to reach Planet X. There's Planet X, I think. Oh, no. I think we're about to make an FTL jump, is what we're about to do. That's really cool. So why are we erasing things from the screen? That'll become apparent fairly soon. Whee. I'm still alive! I did it! I'm directly within the orbit of Planet X. I've proved the theory. It's real. But where is it? I can feel its gravity. How can it be so small when its pull is so strong? These readings. Something is wrong. This is a black hole. Uh-oh. Black holes are not good. Ooh. Ah. This game has 2 stories. One about this astronaut who's just discovered a black hole. I think that's her. So I can press different buttons to either do this manually or to have it do it for me. Ooh, that's really pretty. Oh no. There she is. And there's the title of the game. If Found. This book belongs to somebody. December 3rd, 1993. My name is Cassio. Or Cassio. Things to remember. 1. Your earliest memory is of your da. Is your da holding you up on the beach, lifting you over the waves, rain coming in. He said, best get back to your mom or your mom will worry. Maybe I'm supposed to... Okay, so this... Yes. So this belongs to somebody. Ah, I see. I think that's her. Cassio. December 3rd, 1993. So the reason for the erasing mechanic is because this girl is erasing, or somebody's erasing her diary. I'm home. My name is Cassio. Things to remember. Your earliest memory is your da holding you up on the beach, lifting you over the waves, rain coming in, he said. Best get back or your mom will worry. You finished 2 goes of college, your undergrad and your master's probably. Even though you wouldn't even survive on your own. Now you stick with it. 3. What? Something about staring. Oh no. Oh, here we go. When people stare... You finished 2 goes of college, your undergrad and your master's. Everyone thought you couldn't even survive on your own. You stick with it. I was afraid I was going to erase everything just now. When people stare, just ignore them. Think about the stars and the galaxies and dark matter, whatever it is. Remember how small and insignificant we all are. You don't need to be nice to people who bully you. And then she had written never on top of that. You don't need a relationship. Relationships don't work with you. You can try to be normal and have a relationship, but it has never felt right. And that's okay. It's okay to be quiet and weird. Yes, it is okay to be quiet and weird. Man, Brid McHugh, age 52, likes hosting the knitting circle in the house, watching winning streak on Saturdays. Hates driving to Castlebar to do the big shop, mowing the lawn, the parish council. My favorite thing about her, watching her slowly pick out a tune on the piano from scrappy sheets of paper. And I think that's what she looks like. Oh, why? What's why? An Irish version of the name Bridget, a famous Irish saint. It's pronounced with a long E, so breed, I think. Similar to the English word breed, yeah. But the final D is like the D in Bridget, almost like a J sound, so breach? Breach? I apologize for messing up Irish names and terms, because it will happen. Castlebar is the closest large town to Achill, a medieval market town. As the name suggests, it has a castle. Okay. Okay, so that's what the Y is for. Is to know more things. Things to remember. She's from the mainland, from Westport. She jokes that she came from my da, but stayed for his 5 sisters. When I went to school, she started working in the post office. She only knows how to bake a few things, but she has great commitment to it. Mam is determined that me and Fergal will pass on her brown bread recipe. The only thing she kept of Da was his Sunday jacket, for me or Fergal when we were old enough. So she is Irish. Fergal McHugh, age 30. Likes GAA, a few scoops down the pub with the lads. Hates thinking. And that's, I assume that's Fergal there. Oh, sorry. GAA, the Gaelic Athletic Association. This is the organizing body for the traditional Irish sports of Gaelic football and hurling, which are very popular, especially in rural areas. The GAA is usually a big part of the local community. Okay. So Y is to my left, X is above. Things to remember about Fergal. My favorite thing about him, we used to go and pick mussels together in teams sometimes. He has a photo in his room of him at his Debs. What is Debs? Like the Irish version of prom, a big dance held for students who have finished secondary school, although the actual date can be before they finish or months afterwards. Expect fancy dresses, suits, and a lot of alcohol. Sarah is there before she left for Australia. He's smiling at the camera with his big goofy grin. 2. He was the one who told me Da was in the hospital. He came and knocked on the door of my classroom, and I knew at once something was wrong. 3. His favorite films are James Bond films. He watches them religiously when they're on the telly. December 4th, Saturday. I'm home for a month, then I can get back to Dublin. Fine, fine. It feels like I haven't been on the island in years. Research jobs, projects, long hours doing inventory in supermarket, anything to keep myself away. I wanted to write a letter to Mam. Hi, this is who I am. Here's my name. Ta. Couldn't. Good memories here too, for what it's worth. Tea, hot water bottles, say your prayers, sleep tight. Mammy loves you, loves a you. Tea. Tea in Ireland always means the blend Irish breakfast. It is an extremely high caffeine variety, almost always drunk with milk, and often with sugar too. I'm a big fan of Irish breakfast. Hot water bottle. A rubber container filled with boiling water and covered with soft cloth. Electric blankets weren't common in Ireland in 1993, so hot water bottles were essential for cold winter nights. Okay. I'm fine. She's probably not fine. That page is done. Sunday. Back from Mass. No air in this house. Nobody has drawn breath here since Da's wake. I can't stand sitting around. I need to breathe. I pedal down the road like if I just went fast enough, I could leave it all behind. I think we all know what a wake is, though, right? Wakes are an important part of Irish funerals. It's an often upbeat get-together held the night before the body is buried, where neighbors come over, reminisce, and tell stories that celebrate the life of the deceased. I think I'd like an Irish wake when I die. Sat on Keene Bay and watched the horizon. Keene Bay is a famous beach on the west end of Atchell Island. It's incredibly beautiful, with yellow sand and surrounded by hills and cliffs. Then Colum appeared. Colum! It is you. Well, haven't you changed? Good to see you again, Colum. Call me Cassio. Nodded, smiled. You should meet my boyfriend, Jack. The weather approved, the brightest day since October. Hey, Space Geek! Monday 6. Fergal mentioned working at the post office again. No thanks, too many faces. Post office. Cassio's mother and brother both work at the post office on Atchell. Or Atchell. Post offices in Ireland are community hubs, not least because they connect locals to distant family. In addition to letters, they also hand out social welfare payments and government pensions, and often act as banks in rural communities. Many of them are part of a news agent or even a pub. Okay. Met Colum and Jack at the abandoned village and climbed up Sleevemore. Jack was all teeth and laughter, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed enthusiasm. I don't think anyone from Atchell is that relaxed. The abandoned village. The abandoned village is a local tourist landmark on Atchell, a village that was completely abandoned during the Great Famine of 1845 to 1849. But some of it was used up to the early 20th century as a summer village for farmers working on the mountain. Atchell Island. Nope, Achill. I knew it. Achill. Achill Island is the largest island off the coast of Ireland, connected by a bridge to the mainland. It's part of County Mayo, one of the 5 counties in the province of Connacht. Pronounced Achill. Okay, so now we know how to pronounce it properly. Achill. A band! You're kidding. No, really? With a young gun chance, a real talent chancer is. We're called the Banshee. That's hilarious. Jack's on drums, of course. Colum the bassist, setting the groove. Shans sings and writes. I wonder what he's like. And that's Jack. And there are the 3 of them up on the mountain. Tuesday. Got hungry, went up to Dugort to their tea shop. They make the only decent sandwich on Achill. Telling and hearing 5 years of stories. Colum had much more than me. Come hang out with us if you want some space, Cassio. We're out in the big house. Out towards Keene. The 3 of us are living there together. It's amazing. Yeah, it's grand. At least after we cleared out all the broken bottles. Come watch us practice. So Dugort. This is another village on the north coast of Achill. It's always been one of the tourist hubs on the island. Pronunciation, Doug, like the past tense of dig, and Ort, or Ert, rhymes with hurt. So Dugort. Duggart. The Big House. This is a common nickname for the houses that belong to the Anglo-Irish aristocracy in the years before independence. Grand is a typical Irish expression as an answer to a question. It means fine. As an adjective, example, a grand old day, grand stretch in the evening, it means lovely or nice. Maybe the month will be grand. Oh. Ah. It's raining now. Old room, old habits, old home. This music is really good, by the way. It was nice to be fed and to sleep in my own bed, although it felt like a coffin, so dark and so empty outside. I got up to think and to figure out how to talk to her. Excuse me. A plan. Two 12 a.m. December 8th. Things fall apart. My wee pet, what are you doing awake at this hour? What am I pressing? Hey ma'am, just wanted to make a cup of tea. Oh, the pot's on. Lovely. What do you have there? Nothing? Ah, I thought you might be drawing. You used to do such lovely drawings when you were small. Our little artist. Maybe I should have gone to art school instead. You had so much potential. You could have done anything you put your mind to. Did you know Luke got a very good job in Castlebar working for the bank? Well done, Luke. He said they're always looking for people. Said it's very technical, lots of numbers. Ah, ma'am, not this again. Don't tell anyone, but his ma'am said he's making near 35 grand a year. That's not nothing, dear. Ma'am, I'm going back to college in January for a PhD. And what does that get you? What will you do then? Will you make any money with that? You can't keep scraping by, pet, and you know we can't help out much. I'm going to do what I really want to do. Stars and things? Yes, the building blocks of everything. Well, okay, and how are you going to look after yourself? Not to mention, of course, a family of your own. Pet, I just don't understand this whole alternative thing. There was a great show about teenage phases on Liveline the other day. What's Liveline? It's an Irish call-in radio show about current events and social issues. It focuses on political and social topics. Okay. It's not a phase, and I'm 23. Look, you're going to have to face facts. Settle down with a nice woman and get your life in order. Once you have children of your own, you'll understand. I don't want the same life as you and Da. He wouldn't even entertain this for a second. We always wanted the best for you and Fergal. And let me live the life I want to. How can this be the life you want, with that hair and those clothes? It's none of your business. Oh God, you're really lost. Dublin, the university, has changed you. You let it. You're not the person I've known. And what gives you the right to say who I really am? Don't you dare take that tone with me. I'm your mother. Well, you should act like it then. Ooh, this is going badly. What does that mean? Aren't mothers supposed to love their children? Well? You have no right to say that. I've struggled every day to raise you. And if not for me, you'd be out perishing in the cold. Ungrateful Wayne. Jesus Christ, I can't take another minute of you. Come back here this instant. Don't take the Lord's name in vain. That did not go well at all. Showed up at Column's door, soaked to the bone. In my head, I could hear Mom saying I looked like a drowned rat. Column opened the door. He looked at me once and took me inside. That's quite creepy. But possibly just, you know, how she's feeling inside. Ooh, it's getting rainier and rainier. Hello? Oh, we're back with the astronaut. Hello? Anyone? Come on, answer me. Damn it, the anomaly. This black hole. It's going to devour me. Devour all of us. One last message before communication cuts out. Yeah, I agree. It is a nice touch to the story. I'm going into the black hole? That seems like a terrible idea. If I can't save Earth, at least I will find answers. Dr. Cassiopeia, over and out. Okay, so she's Dr. Cassiopeia. Wait. Is it the same character? Cassio and Cassiopeia? Doctor, I can hear... Weak... Hello? An event. On to give up hope. Or probably won't give up hope. Or don't give up hope. Won't give up hope. That's drum kit, that is. The bass, probably. Oh, hi? I didn't mean to wake you up, sorry. Nice to meet you. Bye. Back to sleep. It took me a long moment to realize where I was. My head was throbbing. I looked around. It was the big house, Column's new place. They're squat. My breath relaxed. The Banshee. That's a really good band name. I'm not gonna lie. 10:45 a.m. December 8th. Coming and going. Jack jumped through the sitting room door. Wakey wakey, even his grin was loud and happy. Food's coming, lots of rashers. Rasher is the common word for Irish bacon. It's leaner and meatier than American bacon because it comes from the loin of the pig. Rashers are really good. Colin was the next apparition at the door. His voice was much softer, encouraging me to get up while the food was hot. My eyelids still wanted to close. I didn't know how to say thanks, but I rolled onto the cold wooden floor and pulled myself up slowly. The kitchen smelled so good. Welcome to our fabulous abode, Cassio. Sit thyself and prepare for a breakfast extravaganza. It was the guy with the guitar, Shans. I didn't know if I had been dreaming. I complimented his playing without thinking. Oh, it's nothing, really. Had I said something stupid? I couldn't tell if he was shy or cocky. Oh, he looks shy, since he seems to be, what's the word? What's the word? Blushing, that's the word. I think I outdid myself, as always. I was salivating at the sight of the frya. An Irish breakfast including sausages, rashers, black and white pudding, toast, sometimes eggs, sometimes mushrooms, sometimes fried tomatoes. Completely different and also not very different at all to an English or Scottish breakfast. I like fry-ups. Most of it. They seem so comfortable in their own skin, so open with each other. Is there something I missed up here? No. Jack teased Shans while I just ate. I gulped down many salty, crispy rashers. Huh. That was funny. I think I may have messed up the order a little bit. We were still sitting at the table when the Angelus played over the radio. It was noon. Oh my god, I must have needed a big sleep. Men would have had a fit if I was still in bed at home. Angelus. The Angelus is a traditional Catholic prayer time where church bells are rung for a minute at 6 a.m., midday, and 6 p.m. In Ireland, the bells are played on national radio and television stations. Have a fit is get angry. That one I knew. Wow, Ireland's a lot more Catholic than I thought it was. I mean, I knew it was a Catholic, but it's really Catholic. I wondered if I could go back. No. Was there anywhere I could stay in Dublin? I don't know. Oh yeah, I think I was supposed to follow this line. Colum interrupted my thoughts. He calmed me down. You're not going nowhere, kiddo. He told me I'd have a home with them when I needed it. He's been through this himself before. A home, even if that home is leaking and damp. It turned out the only suitable room for me left was their practice room. I felt guilty but cared for. Aww. Just like home. That's really good. Passage of time. Excuse me. Watching the toy show with Colin was like being kids again. Big kids looking out for each other and eating too many sweets. The Late Late Toy Show is an episode of the late night chat show, The Late Late Show, that airs just before Christmas. Different children come on the show to play with and talk about popular toys and to perform. Kiss me, honey bun. Ah, he's attacking me. Oi, get a room. We're going. Come on, Mogra. I'm sure I mispronounced that. Irish for my love. One dialect would pronounce it as Magra. Okay, I wasn't too far off, but still. Slan, losers. A quick way of saying goodbye in Irish. A shortened version of Slan Abail, or safe journey home. One dialect will pronounce it as Slán. Slán. Awkward silence, awkward silence, awkward silence. Awkward silence. Oh, because she's alone with... So, how did you three meet anyway? We all went on the trip to Tip this year from Castlebar, a nickname for the music festival Fail, which took place in County Tipperary between 1990 and 1997. It was some crake. I had my guitar on the bus. Literally, the Irish word for fun can be used to mean fun in Hiberno English, but can also be used in questions like "What's the crake?" to mean "What's up?" or "How are you?" Again, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that. Crake? Crike? In the middle of a jam, Jack told me we were starting a band. I can believe it. I hope Jack knows I have the musical ability of a broken wheel. Haha, I'm glad to have you in the house anyway. How'd you even end up here? I knew this place I knew this place as the scary ghost house when I was a kid. Colin suggested it. We were talking about putting together an EP and we needed somewhere to practice. That's so cool. We've got an actual gig coming up soon. That'll be deadly. I wish we were a bit more focused on the music though. Sometimes I think Colin and Jack just like having a place they could be together. Oh, I was a little surprised at breakfast that you were so comfortable around them. It doesn't bother me. Colin and Jack are good people. They're outsiders and I'm an outsider too. And it's legal now anyway, haha. About time. But it is kind of intense living on top of each other sometimes. So I'm really happy you're here. Now I can talk to someone when they're busy snogging. Hooray! You know, I think I did the leaving with your sister, Asha. What's the leaving? The leaving certificate is a university entrance exam in Ireland. It always happens over the first 2 or 3 weeks of June and is commonly seen as the harbinger of good summer weather. Okay. Your family owns Niall's Chipper, right? Chipper, I assume, is like fish and chips. Chippers are Ireland's fast food. The most important item are chips, yeah. Supplemented by things like battered sausages, fish, burgers, and onion rings. Even small towns would have one or two. Ah man, I gotta get to Ireland. My dad runs it, yeah, we all get roped in to help. I remember when Asher moved into my class. I'd never heard a Manchester accent in real life. Well, she's back there now with my mom's sister. She's studying medicine and everything, just like Mom. Cool, she was nice to me. I haven't talked to people from my class in ages. I left Achill so quickly after school. Everybody leaves Achill. Achill. I didn't think it would be so different when school ended. An Irish school system is a bit different to the US or UK. There are 2 levels of school, primary and secondary. Primary is from 5 to 12 and secondary from 13 to 18. Most schools are still connected to Catholic institutions, especially in areas like Achill. Tell me about Dublin. There must be all kinds of things happening. Gigs, parties, party gigs. Probably. I don't do much in Dublin or talk to anyone, but there's libraries. Mostly I read about physics and work and do computer stuff. My parents would love you. Well, I might be looking for new ones. Would they like another child? Haha. Night, Cassio. Oh, that's... I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. The Irish for good night. One dialect would pronounce it as Ihawa. 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 Okay. Yeah, that does not at all look like how it's pronounced. back to Cassiopeia? No. But we're back into the... Alright, December 9th. So she crossed this out as well. Band practice. All day I sat in the corner and listened. Jack, you're coming in too soon, he huffed until Colin kissed his cheek. By tea time they were playing in the dark. The house's mishmash of wires couldn't handle their equipment and the lights. An expression that means disorganized makes sense. I knew that. I told them they sounded like Bon Jovi, but it didn't go down well. Jack shook his head sadly. It's a compliment. Not everything is perfect. The house is freezing, the immersion doesn't work, and I've learned a lot about different types of mold, but who cares? Jack, Colum, and Shans are all so nice. I'll figure my life out tomorrow, or the day after, and wash my one set of clothes. My one set of clothes. 10th. A rare blue sky. I wanted to get out in the fresh air, and Shans joined me for company. Spotted Mrs. McGinty in a field halfway up the hill to the lough. Her sheep running ahead of her. She whistled sharp. I don't think she recognized me, but gave us a short, swift nod before she turned back up the hill, sheep in tow. We talked about Manchester and Dublin. He was very impressed with my astrophysics. There was an eviction notice from the guards when I got home. Don't worry, we get one every week. And Garda... something? The Guardia, the Guards. The name for the Irish police force. Ah. So okay. Don't worry, we get one every week. Yep. 11th. Woke up and Colin was lighting a fire. Could feel the warmth return to my bones. I chopped peat briquettes into thin slivers before the rain came. We had to ration our fuel, but I just wanted the blaze going all day. Common form of fuel in Ireland, made by compressing the peat from the bogs that cover a large part of the Irish Midlands. I think something happened between them, because she keeps... she's crossed out a bunch of stuff about them. Chance put on a tape as we hung up some Christmas lights. The four of us lay around the living room listening to The Cure. There's a strange sensation in my body somewhere. Has the weight dropped from my shoulders, or have I lost something important? I don't know. Sunday the 12th. Shans went home today and I missed him. Colin brought the rest of us to his Aunt Maggie's. Colin stayed with her back when his parents kicked him out. She has a nice cottage overlooking Duggart Beach, half swallowed by fuchsia bushes and giant rhubarb. There's another village on the north coast. Yeah, we saw that one already. Giant rhubarb. This is the common name of an invasive plant that grows all over Achill. It's not actually rhubarb at all, but it looks similar and it does get really big. She called us all wee lambs, made us cup after cup of tea, and insisted we stay for dinner. Chops and peas and coffee cake. The cake was unbearably dry, but I ate a big slice anyway. We left before it got too dark, and she gave us a huge shopping bag of food to take back. There were 4 selection boxes in there, too. I wonder if this would have been more poignant if there was a voiceover. Maybe. Am I not being poignant enough? Coffee cake. In Ireland, coffee cake is a coffee-flavored sponge with coffee buttercream. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Selection boxes. These are a common Christmas present for children. It's a big box with around 6 chocolate bars in it. Things to remember about Colum. She wrote a big sorry above there. He likes junk food, goes weak at the knees for a pack of crisps, especially if they're salt and vinegar. Salt and vinegar crisps are Colum O'Malley, age 24. Loves bass, walkin' bass lines, Jack, Auntie Maggie, Achill. He'll take care of anyone and anything. That's how I met him, because he was feeding a stray cat near the school. My favorite thing about him, the way he awkwardly rubs the back of his head when he's nervous. Hates working in the Corrigan's newsagent, cities the summer. Well, it would have been with an Irish accent. That fair, and I'm not gonna attempt an Irish accent because it would be awful and terrible. I want coffee cake now too. So again, she's crossed out things here, 3 and 5. For all his kindness, he has a wicked sense of gallows humor. His laugh is surprisingly loud given how quiet he is. Colm doesn't do half measures. It's like the way he feels about Jack. He's always all or nothing. Colm is good to tell secrets to, but he's not great for giving advice. He's not that good at making decisions himself. December 13th. Starting to forget my routine before I move to the big house. Let's get rid of some of this, yeah. I wake up at 12 and I'm out of bed at 1ish, whenever the band starts. Fergal on his little post bike with a letter from Man. I wonder who lived here before. Some landlord, dead generations ago. At 3 there was a knock and then a bang on the door. I saw him coming through the curtains, so I disappeared. Oh, Fergal on his little post bike with a letter from Man. Jack was the one who opened the door, the one who handed me the envelope. I haven't left my room since. Some landlord. The nobility who owned the big houses would also have owned a lot of the land around them, which was rented out to Irish peasants. For example, Captain Boycott once lived on Achill Island before famously being boycotted on land he owned elsewhere in Mayo. Is that where that comes from? Is that where boycott comes from? Cool. I did not know that. I talked a lot with Shans. He had a solution for everything. I have no things, so we're going to go get my things. Tonight, the two of us will rob my house. That's escalation. Sisters Bernadette, Sisters of Mercy, Castle Street, Westport, Mayo. Mayo is one of the 32 Irish counties. It's in the province of Connacht, the west coast above Galway and below Sligo. Again, apologies for mispronouncing all of these names. The name is from the Irish, that word. Pronunciation, Mayo, much like the condiment. Okay, at least I got that right. Oh, the name is from the Irish, Mayo. Right. That is a mountain on the west coast of Achill Island that descends into the sea. The fictional big house situated on its slope is named after it. Pronunciation, Crowhan. Crowhan, okay. To the occupants, your tenancy of the dwelling at Crowhan House, Keel West, Dua, Achill, County Mayo, is illegal, and an application for a court order of forcible removal has been submitted. If you do not leave before 14/12/1993, on Garda, that's the guards, right? Yeah. Will be called in. You have. Oh yeah, they'll tell me here. Yeah. You have the whole of the 24 hours of the termination date to vacate and give up possession of the above dwelling. Any issue as to validity of this notice or the right of the landlord to serve it must be referred to the Residential Tenancies Board. This notice is served on 4/12/1993. Signed, Sister Bernadetta, the landlord. Oops, wrong button. I don't know how to explain that I'm not who she thinks or wants. I don't know where to start. Will she ever call me Cassio? My dear son. I've been waiting for you to come home all week. What's happened all of a sudden? You're like a different person. Whatever it is, I know things will be right as rain. Soon. I want you to know I forgive you for the things you said. You were angry, and we all say things we don't mean when we're angry. Obviously, her mom is not super keen with her transition. Maybe you're afraid to come home because of that. Maybe you're afraid you've ruined things between us, but it isn't true. I'm still your mom. I'll always be here. I haven't touched any of your things. I did notice some things you might want to talk about. When you get back, we'll go through it all together. Decide what to keep and what to throw away. Missing you, your ma'am. She's trying, but she has all these ideas of how I should be. She didn't even consider she might need to apologize too. Yeah. Moms aren't great about that sometimes. Heist plan. Walk quietly to Dua. Okay, so just Dua. Dua is a smaller village on the southwest end of the island. Cassio's family lives here. And Bog Road, an example of what's often called the Green Road or a boreen in Ireland. An old unpaved track with grass growing in the middle. Walk quietly to Dua via the Bog Road. Open my bedroom windows using the janky hinge. Pack up my stuff. Don't wake Fergal. Don't wake man. Figure out life with clean clothes. It's a good heist plan. That's really pretty. I'm a bit sad I have to erase it now. But that's really, really pretty. The clouds broke as we crossed onto the bog road. When I heard the stream, I knew we were close. (10:20 p.m. December 13th). The Bog Road heist. Before I met these guys, I couldn't have imagined this excitement in a million years. Shans asked me if I'd missed this place. It sounded so final. I just said no quickly. I didn't feel like talking about it. We climbed up the stairs my dad spent 2 summers on. I still have a donut left, which I will be eating after the stream. Where am I going? I remembered sick days at home watching Bosco on the TV under blankets. Bosco is a very famous TV show for children that ran during the 70s and 80s. The host was a non-gendered puppet in a box who is still very fondly remembered in Irish pop culture. What happened? I remember fights about whether Ma'am should make apple sponge or apple crumble for dessert. I thought about her old dog, Molly. Aw. And the way she snuck in under my arms looking for rubs. And how light she felt in my lap when she died. Hey, don't get your mud on my jacket. I'm in. This room never really felt like mine. How can such a small, empty room have so much stuff in it? I should have brought a bigger bag. Whatever I can fit will be all I have left after 2 decades. Will be all I have after 2 decades. All my old clothes were things other people thought I should like. I didn't care enough to have an opinion. My chest hurt as I looked at my bed. Part of me wanted to crawl into it, bury myself in the cool sheets and their familiar scent. Maybe this room lacks identity because it always had to be ready for guests. Granny at Christmas, aunts coming home, cousins from St. Paul. Or maybe this room is so blank because I hadn't figured out who I was. All I wanted was to sit in the back of a class and read books. Footsteps in the hall. Uh-oh. You. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. I thought you were a burglar. I can't see you, you know. Do you never think of man? You complete gobsheen? An Irish insult. Another one of many ways of calling someone stupid. That's a good name. Gobsheen. Hi, Fergal. What if she had heard you? She's probably awake now, worrying about the robbers. Who's going to rob us on Ackle? That doesn't stop her from fretting, you know. Cassio, are you okay? Who's that? None of your business. I know you're living in the big house. What of it? A lot of rumors about what goes on there. They're all like you, right? No one is like me. You are the biggest freak around, that's for sure. I'm leaving. Hold on right there, we're not done. Shans, take my bag. You're going to regret this. Sooner or later, your choices are going to catch up with you. I'm jumping, catch me. Keep your bloody voice down. Well, that did not go well either. Stop. Kzzzt. You're already so close to the event horizon. Please. Kzzzt. Can you hear me, Doctor? Yes, I'm here. Who are you? Call me Control. Don't you have a first name? Something less formal? Control will do. Okay, Mr. Control. It's good to hear your voice. I thought I'd never talk to anyone again. How are your vital signs? Are you okay? I'm fine, I'm fine. Did you get my data? I'm looking at your readings now. The anomaly is definitely unnatural. And with its trajectory, it will intersect with the Earth in only 24 days. If we get more data from the event horizon, we can do something, right? Maybe. We might be able to find the event that caused the anomaly in the first place. This is really good. It was quite trippy. The visuals, I mean. We don't have time to send a probe. I'll do it. What? It'll kill you. Don't be so pessimistic, Control. Like you said, there's still hope. This is reckless. Doctor? Doctor, respond. Please. Call me Cassiopeia. Well, they might be the same person. Cassiopeia might be Cassio in the future. We know Cassio is studying astrophysics, so she might become an astronaut. Kiel. This is one of Akil's largest villages and has Akil's largest beach. Shan's family live here and run a chip shop. Mind. To mind X means be careful of X or take care of X, depending on context. It can also mean listen to X, example, mind your parents. Okay. Ha ha ha. Where am I going? What's happening? Guess I'm going to the right. Huh. Our run collapsed into an out-of-breath walk. I realized all I wanted in the world was a bag of steaming hot chips and vinegar. I asked Shans about his DOS chipper and Kiel. He was fidgeting with the zip of his jacket. He asked me if that's what I really wanted. His family would be there. I was too hungry to mind. If you want to escape family, you go to Dublin. You don't get stars like this in the big smoke. There's Cassiopeia. 11:40, December 13th. Cassiopeia was over Kiel. Is Fergal why you can't go home? He's grand. I'm used to it, mostly. We haven't really got on since I went to college. Well, he seems like a complete tool. It's my ma'am. I just can't talk to her, and I can't handle how she looks at me now. We keep having the same arguments and talk about everything except the obvious. The only reasonable option left is to leave the country forever. Then she'd be stuck with Fergal. Oh god, that's a terrible fate. You don't sound angry with her, though. I am and I amped. She's done a lot for me. I love her. She raised us by herself. Dad would be away in Scotland for most of the year working. I'm sure she loves you too. Maybe. We never really used that much. Maybe. We never really used that word much around the house. I guess it's not an Irish thing. My parents are so open with affection, it's gross. They've no shame at all. That's sweet. Mom's been through a lot for my dad. He's from Ackle, right? Yeah, he left for work and ended up in Manchester as a porter in the hospital. If I lived in Manchester, I would stay there. If only. Mom even had to sign a letter to the priest that all the kids were being raised Catholic. Ridiculous. She's still adamant that me, Tara, and Neil join Da for Mass every Sunday morning. So the neighbors don't forget we're just like the rest of you. Oh, am I following this line? Aha. Well, hello. Speak of the devil. Go on, give us a bit of peace, Tara. I just wanted to meet your new friend. Nobody in this family can mind their own business. What, you mean you don't want me to tell Mom and Dad you're here? I'll see yous on Saturday. Isn't that good enough? I'll see yous on Sunday. In Ireland, yes and yous are common pluralizations of you, similar to y'all in southern dialects of American English. So I'll see yous on Sunday. Isn't that good enough? I'm Cassio. I'm living with the band right now. Well, that's good. I'm glad they're still going. Neil bet me a $5 the band would break up before Christmas. They're all really talented. Talented and annoying. Sounds like my big brother. Lovely to meet you, Cassio. Cool name. That's my wee sister. She's a terror. I like her. She said my name is cool. It is. It's nice to hear people use it. Really? I hate my name. Shans? Haha, no. That's a football nickname. Neilon Shanzagam? I don't have a chance. The pronunciation of Shans is the same as Shans. Like chance, but with an SH at the start. Oh, so chance. Chance. Neilon Shans Agam. My name is Ishan. It's Indian. Will I stick to Shants then? I mean, I don't know if that feels like me either. It feels like a character, but isn't that what a nickname is? You can change it. Your name is whatever you say it is. I was named after my grandfather. I can't imagine what my parents would say. The trouble I get into if I even suggested it. I picked Casio for a game in college, and then it just grew on me. Yeah, of course. Wait, what? You picked it? Obviously? I thought you knew. I mean, yeah, I didn't think about it. That's cool. Just hands. Oh. This is nice. Thanks for talking to me. The lads from town would think I'm a weirdo talking about names. We're all weirdos. That's true. I used to wish I was normal more than anything. I thought I could fix myself, and then I realized I didn't need to be fixed. I'm sorry. Hey, punk, Mom says to come upstairs and stay the night. Alright, time to go, Cassio. Dal will drive you back to Dua in the morning. We're leaving now, Tara. See you soon. Mom says you'll die of the cold out there. I love you too. Bye. 14th. The story of the heist spilled out over breakfast the next morning. Jack called us criminal masterminds. After a cold dripping shower, I got changed into clean clothes. Everyone was mighty impressed that I had a different t-shirt. I've never appreciated doing the washing enough. Whoa. In the evening, we watched Into the West. I made hot chocolate for everyone by melting down 2 selection boxes. It was a treat. Wednesday, I went with the gang to the post office to get the dole. Artist salary. Starving artists, maybe. The queue was shocking, but everyone was friendly. People of all ages, but mostly older. I won't let that happen to me. I won't get stuck on Ackle, spending my evenings and my dole in the pubs. The word for unemployment benefits in Ireland. Yep, the dole. I kept a distance in case Fergal or Mam were working. Colin got another written warning from the guards up at the house. Shans suggested that we could live in the seal caves up by Duggart Hill. Famous Five style. Ah, the Famous Five. There was also a letter for me, but I didn't open it. They bought some cans in the shop to take home. I didn't drink. Cans is alcohol. Colin was talking about the Enid Blyton series Famous Five, which often involve the main characters camping or living in different places, especially caves. Cans of beer, typically associated with young people. Yep, cans. "16th, we went to bingo. Me and Jack went to put up posters for the gig next week. Fox's Den, number 10, Cup of Tea, number 3, Lovely Legs, 11. Those are the bingo being called. We got a few looks when we arrived. Most of them were older women I only ever saw at Mass, but we spotted Auntie Maggie and joined her. No one paid us much mind after that. We won a shampoo gift set, thank God. We really need some in the house. Everyone looks a bit greasy. Things to remember about Jack. Age 25. He comes from a big family. There's 7, 8 children. Jack is somewhere in the middle, but I keep losing track. Hates sitting around doing nothing. Rain, reading. He's vain about his appearance. He keeps trying to teach me how to use moisturizer. Moisturizer's a good thing. Oh no, Jack's already been disappeared. His face. He talks about leaving Echo like it's a question of when, not if. Clum's always wanted to stay. Loves sitting around, drinking cans, cooking for others, adventure. My favorite thing about him, Jack's a great person to watch TV with, joking about whatever's on. 4. He likes making things, but he's not great at cleaning up after himself. I will, yeah, he says, but never gets around to it. And he gets sulky if you push it. You gotta clean up after yourself, mate. December 17th, we woke up to a flooded kitchen floor. Burst pipe, Colm said, rubbing the back of his neck. Happens when it freezes, he said. Colm's head was stuck under the sink all morning, and he did what his father taught him. And that's a phrase I'm not going to attempt to pronounce. Pronunciation is Ma'an Buhil. Ma'an Buhil. Literally good boy, but using context it means something more like well done, you're the man. An Irish person might also say good man yourself or good on you. The pronunciation is Ma'an Buhil. Ma'an Buhil. Shans and Jack helped with mopping and towels. I felt a bit useless, so I kept out of the way. Thought about writing a letter to Mam again. Shans pulled the paperback from somewhere and tossed it to me. Asimov. One I'd read before, but I was happy to read again. Opened my letter this morning. It was from Fergal himself. What a bollocks. Shans took me for a walk down to Kiel and then to Eccles Sound. It was lovely. I love the sea, even with the gulls screaming their heads off in the pale sky. Do you know rude word in Ireland? It's true. Oh, that's not like it. The wind was pushing us around, so we didn't talk much. It felt nice just being with someone in a comfortable silence. Ended up reaching the football pitch, and we sat on the new stone fence. We both bonded over being terrible at GAA. I had to go on Saturday morning for years, but I couldn't do even the most basic drills. 19th. A part of the attic ceiling fell in during the storm last night. We saw it from outside, first in the gray morning light. Could have been a lot worse. Colm used a tarp for Jack's drums to cover it, but that won't last. This place is starting to feel a bit scary. Shan stayed with us, and we had a makeshift Sunday dinner with a leg of beef Maggie gave us. Found myself missing my mud group. Told Shans about the computers and role playing. I knew people in colleges all over the world. No one else from ACO though. Is there even a computer on the whole island? Mud group, multi-user dungeons. They were an early form of online text role playing game. I remember Muds. Not very well. I didn't play too many of them, but I do remember them. 20th. Tonight after practice, we all went down to Keem to make a massive bonfire on the beach. It was pre-gig ritual to ward away evil spirits. Everything was sodden after weeks of rain, so it was definitely magic that the fire started. Colm had some lighter fluid, which probably helped. We sang songs in the drizzle. Our backs were soaked, but the heat and the crake was cheering. I meant to burn my letters, but forgot. Hello, you got a letter from the university. Very fancy. Seal and everything. Mom wouldn't open it. Said she couldn't, you know how she is. But I did. You didn't get that scholarship. Who were you trying to cod? To trick or deceive someone most often. To trick or deceive someone. Most often used in response, are you codding me? Dossing, to be idle and doing nothing. That's in the next one, I think. I see you living with those wasters, dossing all day. They're dragging their families through the mud, too. Whole island is talking about you. It's weird. You're making a holy show of yourself. You always wanted us to think you were awful smart, too good for real work. Sucked up to the teachers and convinced the old pair to send you to college. And for what? Oops. Cop on. If you want to be weird, do it in your spare time. Right now, you have to come back down to earth. Is he lying? What the hell do I do? Set list. High cost of living. No name. Queen of Akil. Tender death. Drowning at Keel Beach. 80s ramp walk. Play louder. Castle Bar, 10 p.m. Tuesday, December 21st, 1993. The High Cost of Living. That is also the name of a death trade. Death story, I guess. I could hear them playing. I wasn't too late. The floor was shaking. Columns bass. The dark community hall was a mess of bodies. Black tees with metal bands, denim jackets, and badges. Oh, I guess that was next. I pushed and shoved to see them up close. The lads looked incredible. Jack was at the back, going wild on the drums. Colum's bass was perfect and smooth, keeping the others in time. Shan's guitar and voice had the crowd on tenterhooks. Banshee finished. Everyone loved them. So many cheers. A world away from practice in the big house. After Colum, Jack, and Shans left the stage, the room seemed to get even more packed. Darkness filled the hall. The music started again. With the when the lights came back on, when the lights came back, I instantly fell in love with the first woman holding a guitar that I saw. I felt the rumble, I felt the distortion, I felt like a dork. She owned the stage in her massive boots. I jumped in fright when she roared, and then I kept jumping. The Nosferatu, the heaviest band in Mayo. I was getting crushed between people. I wondered if I was going to die. I didn't care. I just wanted to be there. Oh, it's the voices now. High cost of living. We'll just enjoy the music. That's a good time. Jack, he danced like a superstar. He started flailing at me and I joined in. Being friends with this legend made me feel like a superstar too. I danced for so long I thought my arms and legs were falling off. In the anonymity of the crowd, I was free. It's really good. The lights came up, my eyes adjusted to the horror of the lit hall. Everyone started to shuffle out slowly as I recognized their sweaty friends, exhausted and happy. I was wrecked. I headed backstage to find the gang. Even the ground looked sweaty underneath the litter of lost beer cans. Oh, they're kissing. The Nosferatu. Aw, Cassio, I'm sorry. Wait, are the actual vampires? Jack announced the house party at Art Gaff. Nosferatu are coming. They're gonna drive us all the way back to Ackle. Oh, cool. Oh, they're there. They've arrived at the house. Cassio maybe is not a big fan of parties. Yeah, she's going upstairs. Here you are. I couldn't find you anywhere. What are you doing in the attic? I wanted some space, and my room is kind of full. There's some people I haven't seen since that. I'm not very good at talking to people. The name of Cassio Secondary School, pronounced Skull Down It. Skull Down It. (1 a.m. December 22nd, finding space in the attic. I didn't think. Will I kick them out? It's fine. I don't think they recognize me. Oh. I just want to chill and look at the sky. If my mom caught me smoking, she'd kill me. Mine's a bloody doctor. She sees patients with lung cancer every other week in the hospital. Then why are you smoking? Don't smoke. Maybe this isn't as bad as cigarettes. Still smoke. Well, we're going to die sometime. Ugh, kids. Yeah. Cough, cough, cough. When I was 10, my grandmother in India died. I never met her, and then suddenly I never could. Mom told me she was cremated. It's strange, but I like the idea of her ashes going back into nature. Life keeps going. Atoms develop into proteins, into cells, into us. That stuff hit you hard, huh? Shut up, haha. Oh, they're smoking weed. The universe is 13 billion years old. And it just gets more complex, more intricate, weirder. Every second is totally different from the last. Are you saying we have to make the most of the time we have? You're assuming time is even real. Ha ha ha. Puff puff pass. Hey, can I ask you something personal? Totally. Are you, like Colin and Jack? I don't know. Maybe? Does it even matter? Does that mean you like girls or boys? Both? Neither? I like sleeping. Haha, yeah. I like being here with you. It's nice. Thank God for heaters. We were living in limbo, and then you showed up. Ackle is limbo. It's weird to see classmates who never left. We could be ourselves in Dublin. Imagine if we lived together. I'd like to live on a barge someday. We could live on the canals. Does Dublin have canals? And you could teach me about space. And you teach me the guitar? I could reinvent myself like David Bowie. For real, and not pretend anymore. You're pretending? I just think the guy other people see and the real me are very different. And who's the real you? I don't even know. Not Shans, not Ishan. Someone. Look, I'm telling you, give yourself a new name. Hey, can I hang up posters in our barge? Yeah, of course. You can hang up whatever you want. Do we have plants? If you take care of them, I'm a plant killer. Haha. I think I got a good nickname. Oh? The Barge Bard. Ha ha ha. What's this image? Kind of looks like a gravestone, but I'm not sure. Hey, do you ever think about the ozone layer? Day 10 since first contact. There has been no response from Doctor. I have confirmed the trigger event for the anomaly. 14 days left until the event, when it will reach Earth. I got the data. Please receive. You're still there. Of course. I'm a professional. It only took a few minutes to align my orbit and escape again. It has been a week. Control. I detect wormholes nearby in all directions. Space-time is being ripped to shreds. I think I can use them. Did she not get that bit about how it's been weeks for other people? For Control? First jump was a success. You're back. My readings say I'm somewhere beyond Neptune. You traveled 50,000 kilometers in a few days. In a second. That's unbelievable. That's an unbelievable distortion of space-time. And this is just the beginning. As the black hole expands, the time dilation will only get worse. Oh, right. she's near the black hole. I've been analyzing the data you sent yesterday and... Keep it up. Gotta go. I can see Ganymede. Hello, I have good news, Doctor. The source of the positron entanglement is Earth. Good thing I was already headed that way. I found something in the data you sent that might tell us more about the trigger. It seems to be an image of some kind. An image? Is it of use? I don't understand it yet, but I'll find out more. Right, gotta go again. Bye. By the way, my name... Man, this is really good music. 12,000 kilometers from Mars. Cassiopeia made a breakthrough. I found more evidence of the original positron annihilation that caused the anomaly. That trigger event. It hasn't happened yet. Its effects are rippling back in time. Of course they are. Then we can stop it. Do you know what we have to do? Not yet. I'm still decoding this image. I'm more sure than ever that it's the key. And I've narrowed the event's future location to Ireland. Aha. It's not far. I'll send you my location and contact. Call me as soon as you arrive. By then, we'll have less than a day left. Then I'll see you soon, Control. About that, my name. Jumping. My name is McHugh, but you can call me Mac, for short. Didn't we meet a McHugh? See you soon, Cassiopeia. Got it. Don't be late, Mac. Put the kettle on. Is the anomaly Cassio? Or something Cassio does? Ah, is that why we were erasing the, I woke up comfy. Is that why we were erasing? Light came in through the roof. There was something heavy on my legs. I was still wearing last night's clothes. Oops. Even the shoes. Oh god, is everyone still downstairs? 6 a.m. December 22nd, the back of Beyond. Was this someone's arm? Are you and Shan's cuddling? Shan's? Hey, you're on top of me. Hey. Wake up, sleepyhead. Get off me, you idiot. A common Irish insult. Basically an idiot. Yeah, Egypt. I know what an idiot is. This is probably the closest I've been to anyone except my mom. Haha. Hey, are you still asleep? I was dreaming about us. I dreamt about aliens. So I know we probably shouldn't leave until after Christmas. But I've been thinking. What? So we'll need to find a flat first, right? Uh-oh. I think Shans may have read too much into the conversation the previous night. Shans, what are you talking about? Moving to Dublin together, obviously. Haha, we were kind of out of it last night. But we are going to Dublin, right? You're serious. You're not going anywhere. You're like 18, 19? 19, I'm mature. I can't take care of you, Shans. I can barely look after myself. I want to look after you. Slow down a second. Cassio, it's hard for me to say this, but I have to. I think I like you. What? Get off, Jesus. Don't you want to kiss me? I don't want to kiss anyone right now. I really like you, Cassio. I got that. I told you things I never told anyone else. I didn't ask you to. You made me realize things about myself. I see myself in you. I have no idea who you think I am. My life is falling apart right now. You don't want to be me. All the more reason to leave. We'll move off this island and everything will be great. I don't even know if I have anything in Dublin to go back to. The PhD is gone. And your parents will be worried sick. Who are you to talk to me about worrying parents? I can't handle this. I'm sorry. Shut up. Please, Cassio, stop. Please, Cassio. Cassio? Cassio? Cassio, come back. Well, that didn't go well either. Dang. She's heading out of the flat, it seems. Out of the house, I mean. Yep, she's out of the house. That was sudden. Hello there, Cassio. Hi, Maggie. Isn't the frost beautiful? Cold, though. And the wind is fierce, too. Yeah. It's a happy surprise to see you so early. Especially after your big night out in Castle Ball. All that music and Craig. I didn't sleep very well. But there's nothing like looking at the sea to calm a restless mind. Whose aunt is she again? It was terrible leaving every September when I taught in Castle Bar. What's wrong, pet? Is it your mom? I don't mean to pry, only Colum said. It's a lot of things. Oh, Colum's auntie. Whatever it is, it's smaller than you think. These things always are. You'll go home for Christmas and it'll be forgotten like that. Colum and his dad are like cats and dogs, but doesn't he see them every year? I don't think so. What was that? Colin doesn't go home. He was with Jack last year. They had a frozen pizza. This year we'll have a chicken, though. You're joking. You didn't say that. Christmas dinner in that rotten house. The state of it, it must be freezing. And damp, too. You just can't live like that. That's a disgrace. The roof will be gone before you know. It kinda is, bits of it. If you could come to me, I'd love some company at Christmas. I think they're more comfortable being themselves. What do you mean? You know, around you they can't just be open with each other. Oh, but I mean, you keep things like that private. That's just how it's done. We all have our own crosses. We have a nice chicken anyway, and Jack is making jelly. It was bringing it out in the open that caused all his troubles. Yeah, Maggie. I thought Maggie was cooler than this. That's an awful thing to say. Asking him to hide who he is, if he even could. Sorry. I should go. No, you're right. He does care about you. And, like, he definitely appreciates you taking him in after Mr. O'Malley kicked him out. I hope he knows I care about him, too. People used to say I was a bit queer. They'd say all kinds of things. People are mean. Hold on to the good ones. Colum, Jack. I could never hold on to anyone. I kept thinking there must be one good man out there, but there was never one for me. My father told me my only hope was to become a nun and get an education. Were you? You don't look like a nun. Almost. I hid from everyone, but I couldn't hide from God. Myself and Colum are more alike than I want to admit. I'll have to get a bigger goose. What? Tell Colum you're all coming to me for Christmas. And you're moving out of that place. I have a spare room and lovely comfy couch. Ah. No ahs or buts. It will be the best Christmas going. And sure we'll figure the rest of it out. Man, I can't read sometimes. And sure we'll figure the rest of it all out on Stephen's Day. St. Stephen's Day is a national holiday on the 26th of December. You might also hear it called Boxing Day, but this is more associated with English people. It's often seen as the truly relaxing day since it doesn't involve cooking, opening presents, or any of the other high-energy activities of Christmas. That's the big house, right? I met Colum when I got back. Chance had left, took all of his stuff, too. I didn't want to talk. There was someone on my couch, so I lay on the floor. Oh no, did the band break up? But they just had such a great concert. Things to remember about Shan's. Shans Lavelle. Dislikes Ackle talking about himself, smelly fish, black pudding. He gets on best with his brother Neil. They play football in the garden sometimes when the weather's good. Age 18, 19, did his leaving last summer. Likes music, reading, music, science fiction, Manchester, music, his mom's cooking, music. Bought his guitar with some cash from working in the chip shop. He left. He's never been to India. He doesn't even really know his relatives there. He wants to go sometime though. His favorite writer is Arthur C. Clarke. I'm going to make him read at Swim Two Birds and he'll love it. He is terrible at lying. I heard everything about him. He taps his fingers on any nearby surface, hammering out little tunes. December 22nd. Things changed so quickly, before you're ready at all. Colin was upset and Jack was furious. He said the Banshee are finished because of me. Shans told them he's done. He wanted to hide in the attic, but it was raining. It's not her fault. Everyone from the party cleared out. Someone called the guards on us. A noise complained. We have 24 hours to get out. Maggie's coming... The big house is done. Maggie is coming back tomorrow to get our stuff. 23rd. Maggie drove to the house this morning in her old banger. You'll catch a death staying in there any longer. It was kind of nice being scolded with kindness. We bundled all our stuff into her car, but then there wasn't enough space for us to sit. So myself, Colin, and Jack had to walk. It was a very silent journey across Ackle. We played dusty board games by the fire and we all warmed up a little. Maggie finally realized I wasn't always a girl and she was very nice. I suppose no one ever expects it. Jack even kind of apologized for being upset at me. Maggie's cottage only has 2 bedrooms, so I'm on the couch again. It's a small one, but she has cozy woolen blankets. I like it. Maggie O'Malley, age 63. I felt bad asking, but she just laughed. Likes tea, Viennese whirls, traditional music, painting, the Legion of Mary. My favorite thing about her, the way she prepares tea. She uses loose leaf, and she's really careful with it. There's a lot of art in her house. Apparently she's popular with the artists who live around here. She learned Irish from her grandmother, who didn't speak any English. Her grandmother left her the cottage when she died. Oh. She taught English and geography. Dislikes: cold weather, drunk people, licorice. Married 2 names from down in the village. Before I knew her as Colum's aunt, I knew her as one of the readers in Mass. She still does it. She has a lovely soft singing voice, not just at Mass. She gets called on to sing whenever there's a session going on in the pub. "24th. After my first hot shower in weeks, I helped Colin prepare for tomorrow's dinner. I was hoping I'd get to talk to him about what happened with Chance, but I just couldn't. In the evening, we went to the pub for a Christmas Eve pint. I wondered what I'd do if I saw Chance, but he wasn't there. Fergal was, though. Oh no, Fergal. I wasn't expecting it, but through the crowd our eyes met. It felt like a punch in the gut. I drank my diluted blackcurrant quietly, and I didn't look that way again. As we were leaving, he pushed an envelope into my hand. I wasn't going to give this to you. Dear child, the post office is closed now. This is the last letter to be delivered. Virgil and I both worked off our feet with the rush of cards. I recognize so many of the names, young people you were in school with too, all gone. Some of them in Dublin, some in the States, or Canada, or Australia. I'm glad you didn't go that far away, but you're not home either. It made me think. I've heard things. I understand you're not who I thought you were, but I can't believe it. This seems so sudden. There were no signs. You never told me you were unhappy. I'm sorry if all of this is my fault. I must have raised you wrong. People do say it's bad for your child to be tied to your apron, but I just cared so much for you, pet. It's okay if you like men or dress funny or whatever it is. The world is changing. I won't get mad. Not on Christmas. But I'm worried about you. That's all. You're making life difficult for yourself. I just don't know where you'll end up, and if you could keep it quiet, sure what you do on your own time is your own business. No one else should mind. I'll see you soon and we'll talk at last. I've been making mince pies. I made as much dough and filling as I normally do, but it took much longer than I thought without you. Silly old me. There's so many, Fergal won't finish them by himself. Christmas dinner, roast potatoes, goose, ham, roast carrots, and parsnips, Brussels sprouts, onion gravy. Man, this thing about keeping it quiet is weird, right? Like everyone, like they're all okay with it as long as you don't, actually be yourself out in public. What's going on? There was so much snow. I wasn't sleeping. I couldn't stop thinking about Mam's letter. So I was awake at 2 in the morning when it started. The gentle hissing as it hit the window finally helped me doze. Jack woke me up early, eager for presents. Colin came in behind him with a cup of tea. 8:20 a.m. December 25th. Extraterrestrial. At least they're getting along again. We were all ushered into Maggie's living room with our cups in hand. I didn't have any presents for anyone. But everyone was so nice. Maggie gave me an unopened box of makeup. Colin joked about it being the one he gave her last year. I was delighted to have it passed on. I wonder if Fergal or Mam had anything for me. Soon enough, it was time for Mass. Maggie was very kind about none of us coming to Mass, so kind it was obvious she was really disappointed. I'd never missed Mass on Christmas before. This didn't feel like Christmas. All I could think about was a letter and Mam. I decided to go home. It was easier to just go than to keep chewing on it. Oh, I hope this is going to be a good happy ending. Cassio, you don't have to. If you want to go, do. Just don't feel like you've no choice. Family isn't only the one you're born into. That's true. And you feel like more of a sister than any of my actual sisters. Don't forget that. Turkey is delicious, ma'am. Thanks. What's wrong? Nothing. Did you pass some more gravy? It's so good. How was Mass? Oh, lovely. So I gather you didn't make it. It was hard to get there in the weather. Was it the weather that made you avoid us for the last few weeks? That was Fergal. The priest gave a very nice sermon about the importance of family. Oh, were there many kids? Of course, they came out and told us everything they learned about the Nativity. And why we must look after the needy. Margaret O'Malley was looking after myself and Colin for the last few days. She was very kind. She's a strange one, all right, taking in other people's children. That's good storytelling. They're getting further apart. Can I have some more sprouts? Thanks. Is there anything on the TV for Christmas? Oh yeah, they're showing that movie you were in. What are you talking about? E.T., of course. Though they made you a lot less ugly for the TV. Haha. You did love E.T. when we went with your da. For months afterwards, you used to spend all day drawing the cutest pictures of people in space. I had one on the fridge for years. You never put up any of my art, ma'am. Because you never drew anything, Fergal. Shut your gob. Shouting, that's not very ladylike. Jesus, Fergal, what is your problem? What's my problem? You abandoned your mother and left her worried sick for weeks. Then you show up out of the blue and dress like that? Come on now, Fergal. Remember the story of the prodigal son. Is that all you're going to say to him? I didn't come home to be ridiculed. I hope you came home to apologize. I'll give you an apology if I can get some too. Stop, let's just enjoy the dinner. I was peeling spuds all week and I'm just glad we're here together. Spuds are obviously potatoes. Yeah. Now you see why it's been hard to talk. It's even harder to listen to this crap. Ma'am, I just don't understand, pet. Why do you need to understand? Can't you just accept me? What me are you talking about? The one I've known for 23 years or the one I've known for 2 weeks? It's the same me. And I want you to know me better. I want us to be in each other's lives. Are you threatening to leave again? I need some air. You can't run away forever. Pet, come back. The air I needed was 2 kilometers away in the snow. That's the old house. And it was cold air and damp air, but it was quiet air. Is that Cassiopeia? Oh. That's a lot of crossed out stuff. And the eraser got smaller. Happy Christmas. There's only a little bit of the eraser left. "26th, back in the big house. There was a strange burning smell when I turned on the light in the kitchen this morning. It's falling apart, but houses don't fall apart all at once. They do it slowly, piece by piece, room by room. The electricity isn't safe, and I don't want to light the fire. I don't want anyone to know I'm here. That's Cassiopeia. Starting to speed up. 27th. Shan's walked past the house today, headed for Keene Beach. He didn't see me. Our conversations are wriggling through my skin. We seemed to be speeding towards a crescendo. At about 4:30, there was a knock. I blew out the candles and buried myself under a blanket. Are you in there? News around town is your lot got out. Heard the guards were coming in Scarborough. But then Aoife told me you hadn't been seen at old Miss Mallet. But then Aoife told me you hadn't been seen at old Miss O'Malley's house. Did they turn you away? I guess no one really wants a weirdo like you around. God, Fergal, you are the worst. I'm always worried sick about you. I can't believe she still cares. You'd think she'd have given up on you by now. I have. Yeah, no shit. You little prick. Hello? Hello? It's so good to hear you've reached the voicemail. Damn it. The queue. Please leave a message with your name and... Damn it. Where are you? If you would like to talk about my accountancy services, ring... What? Is this a joke? You're an accountant? Hello. Pick up. Tell me how to fix this. I don't know where to go. Your name and number, I'll get back to you. Except you haven't, Mac. I trusted you. Hello. You've known for weeks when I would arrive. And now I can count the time we have left in hours. You've reached the voicemail of... I have nowhere, no one left. There's no one on Earth who even knows who I am. No NASA to whisk me away. No, not even an accountant for Mayo. Just some sheep in a field while a black hole devours the Earth. At least I can witness the end of everything under a nice clear sky. Hello. I woke up coughing this morning. Hope I'm not coming down with a dose of something. I saw Chance through the window this morning again. I had to do something. So I walked out into the wind and down onto the beach. Chance! Cassio? Hey, so, how are things? Oh, fine, you know, same old. What are you doing here? I thought you were with Colum and Jack and Duggart now. Jesus, you look awful. It's complicated. Of course it is. It was with them. I was with them, then I was back home, and now I'm not. Yeah, you always seem to make things complicated and weird. I'm sorry, Shans. I was surprised. We can fix everything. We can go get Colin and Jack and put the band back together. We can just be friends again. The band was a dream. It was never going to happen. But you were so good. We did nothing all summer and then played a single gig in a community hall. Where's this coming from? What happened to you? It's just reality. What about Dublin? What about Manchester or India? Don't be stupid. Pairing off without money will only have me crying home on the phone anyway. It means to act without thinking specifically if the person is going somewhere to do it, or just running off at the speed of a hare. Pairing off. God, you're like a different person. I don't even know you. When I went home, I found out about how people talked about the lot of us. I mean, I knew, but I didn't know. I liked you, but that's not me. Wow, do you hear yourself? You have no idea what it's like. I'm already an outsider in Ackle. I don't belong anywhere. I can't... Oh, my dude. That's why we have to look out for each other. I just want to be normal, Cassio. I'll never be normal with you. I think I'm not going to have a happy ending here. Cassiopeia! Thanks for waiting. I made some tea for you. I thought you might be a bit dehydrated from space. You're an accountant? Yeah, I'm also a bit of an astronomy geek. Oh god. I picked up your signals. Did you not tell someone important? Well, I wanted to, but no one listened. And I had to do something. Thanks. Thanks, Mac. It's nice to meet you, for real. You're shorter than I pictured. What do we do now, then? The source of radiation is on the far side of Ackle Island. There's a bus coming soon. We're waiting on a bus to save the world? It's usually on time, and we can sit up the front. You seem quite chill for one of two people who know the world's about to end. You come and exit this window in the fireplace. "29th. It's so cold I should light a fire, but even if I wanted to, there's no fuel. I'd have to break a chair or something. Getting by with blankets and hot tea, at least the kettle works. Maggie, Colin, and Jack came, but I don't want to bother anyone. My chest feels tight and my body hurts. I can't stop coughing, and every time my head spins. Uh-oh. You are very sick, Cassio." Cassio? Cassio! Come out, pet. You can't live in there. It's not safe. Sean's told us, Cassio. We know you're in there. I'm sorry things didn't work out with your mom, pet. Cassio, it's like I told you. We're family. Please come on out. This is ridiculous. Are you sure she's really here? There's not even a fire going. We should call the guards. Something really bad could have happened. This is ridiculous. She's probably left for Dublin. The two of you waste so much time on her. That's Jack. She doesn't even appreciate the half of it. That's enough, Jack. Come on. How did you know where to go? This is the image I retrieved from the black hole data. It had an address on the back. I hope you're right. It's getting dark out there. By me, Shongi Road, Dua, Achill, County Mayo, Ireland. The guards came back, and Fergal with them. I almost called out, but I knew better. Fergal, this place is a wreck. I don't think there's anyone here. I know there is. I heard movement, and I saw lights last night. I can't be wasting time on this. The big search is starting soon. For all we know, we'll find the body on the coastline. Searching this place will only take 5 minutes. I don't want to break the door down and find an empty house. The nuns would have my neck. Tell you what, I'll come back tomorrow after dark with PJ and we'll see what we see. If there is someone in there, I'll get them out. I'm scared, I'm starving, I feel so sick, I'm gonna die. Are you sure this is the right place? It's the only thing we've got. Okay, pass the image to me and I'll put it through the letterbox. She has it, but the black hole is still here. It's still growing. Who is she? Can she stop the trigger event? I don't know if she can, but it's in her hands now. God help us. Hey, Mac, if Earth survives this, do you want to see the rest of the universe with me? December 31st, the anomaly. I have to go somewhere. I can barely move. It's so cold. I'll burn the book. Is the burning of the book? Is that what causes the black hole? Getting trippier and trippier. Is that Ireland? Is that the map? Is that a map of Ireland? Can't tell. Might be. Oh yeah, it was Ireland. Ah, I got that right. Not sure what's happening. Is this the black hole growing bigger and bigger? Might be. Oh no. Oh no, don't erase Casio. Time doesn't exist in a black hole. Every moment crushed together, past and present and future in one endless screen. No way to change anything. No way to move our little artist. No way to escape. Oh god, you're really lost. Doubling that university exchange with you, love it. The two of you waste so much time on here. I just want to be normal, cats. I want to be normal with you. You're the biggest freak around, that's for sure. All the bad stuff she heard. It was told to her. Oh, it's a pencil now. Everything's okay. I don't think that's true. Everything, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not okay. I mean, the fact that it's turned into a pencil now is good. You poor thing, you're burning up. Oh, somebody else found her. Yeah, you're probably right, Joe. It's probably a metaphor. It's okay. Everything will be okay. Ammy's here now. Got you, Cassio. Hey, she used her name. Hmm? Yeah. It has bugged me as well. I just didn't mention it. Alright, maybe I am gonna get my happy ending. Back in her house? Or are they in the big house still? That's Colum, I think. And that's Maggie. No, it's Colum. Colum and Maggie. Jack. No, that's Colum. Jack is the one over there. Who are you again? Oh, that's Shins. I forgot already. I can't tell who is who. I think that's Chance. Jack is next to him. Whoa. This is the first proper color image. Do you believe it is? It's probably easier to do with a mouse than it is with yep. This book belongs to. "10 years since event, the world has started to stabilize. Communications between towns and cities and even the countries are commonplace again. There are no computers yet, but there's a demand for accountants again. Mac makes a reasonable living doing the books for local businesses around the West Coast. He's setting up a desk plant on his new cubicle desk. when he hears the familiar roar of a spaceship outside. Cassiopeia! He finishes tidying first. He wants to impress her with his neatness. He straightens his tie and heads outside. Long time no see, Cassiopeia says, grinning. Her skin seems to have been tanned purple by some strange cosmic star. It's only been a year, Max says, but I'm sure for you it's been many more. They both laugh. As he looks at her, Max's chest gets uncomfortably tight. Thought he missed her. This is nice music as well. He missed her. He wasn't sure if it was the conversations about space and science he missed, or her personality. I have some great stories for you, Cassiopeia says. I'll tell you about them in the ship. What? Max stares at her. Aren't you coming? She says, surprised. I came back for you, like we said. He doesn't know how to answer. I can't, Max says, at last. Sometime soon? Sometime soon, but not now. Cassiopeia stares at him, then nods. Mac? Yeah, Cassiopeia? Whenever you're ready, call me. I'll be there. I'll come get you. See you next year. January 5th, 1984. I've been awake for a few days, eating turkey leftovers, drinking cups of tea, and sleeping. I'm finally able to write without my hands shaking. I'm still weak as a kid and getting better quickly. Today is the day I feel myself again. Today is the day, the first day I feel myself again. This is Cassio. Colin comes around a lot. Every day since I was found. Jack comes too, but he doesn't stay. Yesterday Colin brought cake for Maggie, and today he brings me a new journal. He found the remains of the old one in the big house. Start over. I'm excited to start over. It was almost full anyway. I haven't seen Chance, but Colin says he's asking for me. Visit. I say he can come and visit. We're all still awkward with each other. Jack and Colin too. I think everyone feels hurt. Everyone feels hurt. Jack's cooking apology rashers. Soon I'll be well enough to climb. I forgot how to pronounce this. With them again. December 31st, 2018. Self-confidence. The older I get, the more I like myself. I find I care less and less what other people think of me, and more for my own opinion. And these days, I'm so much more comfortable in my own skin. Oh. Very Joan Jett. I will leave it black. Oh, necklace. Oh, that one has a Saturn. Yeah, we might do that. Let's see. Hair clips. Nah, she's space. She likes space.
One,
Yeah, you can only have the one.
Okay.
Do the Saturn necklace. Nose ring. Glasses it is. Probably the jacket. Yeah. Which belongs to Cassie. Yep. Yay! That's really good music. That's a really good game. I'm not sure if the black hole and stuff was supposed to be metaphor or real in the game. It seems to be both, because the black hole was caused by Cassio's, like, feeling helpless and unloved, and was it seemed to go away once her mom came to get her and used her name. So I think it was both real and metaphorical, which is an interesting space. But yes, this is a fantastic game, and I loved it. It's a really good story. And obviously, there's still a lot. I think there's still a lot that we don't see that goes on between Cassio and her mom, and probably with Fergal as well, because Fergal was pretty terrible throughout this story. So yeah, I don't know. It was really good though. Tomorrow I'm off. Tomorrow is Monday. I will not be streaming. Tuesday I will most likely be back with Tomorrow World 2. And Wednesday is the Dan Playthrough's backlog, and I'll be playing a bunch of sports games that I will undoubtedly suck at. Because I'm not very good at sports games, although I like playing them, even though I'm not very good at them. And then I don't know what's going to happen on Thursday and Saturday, but Sunday we'll be back with another game to celebrate Pride that I'll have to go figure out. I'm not sure what it is yet, but it'll be something. And then we can just listen to music for a while. It's really good. And the credits run so late. Yep. In this house, we love Annapurna. I can look for it. Okay. Alright. Oh, 12 minutes.
I think so.
Oh, that one's not out yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, we watched it like in 2019.
Yeah. I'm sure someone will talk about it during E3. Well, besides being, Pride Month, it is also the month of E3. And so there'll be lots of... I think it hasn't officially started, but there has already been some things that have happened last night and earlier in the week, I think. Oh, my eraser came back. Thanks for playing. Thank you for making the game. Oh, so you can go... Now I can go to... Oh, wait. What happens now? That's new. That's not... That's after the credits. (1994, 1998, 2011, 2016. 1990X. Maggie, 27th June 1998. Ma'am, August 8th, 1994. Chance, May 15th, 1994. Well, I kind of want to know what happens with Ma'am and Cassio, so let's do that one. August 8th, 1994. Ma'am and I drive down to Kiel, the side of the long curving beach underneath the Minoan cliffs. The cliffs overlooking Kiel Beach in Echo. Yep. Always makes me feel nice. It took a lot of wheedling to get Ma'am to even think about joining me for a swim. Now that she's here, she's having second thoughts. Jump in. Jump in and you'll be used to it in a second. She shrieks when the waves wash past her. I keep encouraging her, and finally, after a few tentative minutes and one final scream, she gets down. I let myself go and let the waves throw me around. I taste the salt water in my mouth and gasp for breath and enjoy being alive. And most of all, I enjoy sharing it with my man. The water's cold. The wind is worse. So wrapped in towels, we dry as best we can and head to Nial's for some tummy-warming chips. Tara is working and waves at me. I'm going to be teaching a class in September. I tell Ma'am. A tutorial class. I wouldn't be here without you. It means so much. Thank you. I'm just glad you're happy, she says. If being yourself makes you happy, then that's all I want for you. Being myself doesn't mean I'm happy every minute, but it means that I can experience emotion. But it means that I can experience emotion at all. Thanks for being here. Ma'am and I love each other. We've had our fights and our struggles, but love has always won out. These days we can even say it out loud. Who's Anu? We'll stick with Ma'am. September 9th, 2012. Fergal's baby, well, that's a name I can't pronounce, is a lot cuter than I expected. I think she resembles Valerie, but no one else sees it. Valerie is a mousy Donegal woman. She wears a lot of makeup and complains about it. I think she'd look great without it, too, but I don't dare say it. The two of us find it hard to make conversation at the best of times. The christening is uneventful despite all of the fuss beforehand. Are you the godmother? Ma'am was furious that Fergal wouldn't make me godmother, but I just wanted her to stop bringing it up. I'm not very holy anyway. At the dinner in the hotel, everyone is friendlier than I was worried about. Almost all the chat is around the upcoming All-Ireland final between Mayo and Donegal, and whether Mayo can lift their Sam Maguire curse. Alright, so what the hell does that mean? It's a reference to an old urban legend that Mayo, the county Achill is in, can't win the National Gaelic Football League until all the members of the 1951 team are dead. As of May 2020, the legend still hasn't been proven false. Oh no. The local Fine Gael councillor, this is a local politician from a party called Fine Gael, a neoliberal centre-right party. Fine Gael, yes. Drops by to the hotel to say hello to Fergal's smug delight. Distant. Me and Fergal are still not very close, we're polite to each other. He spent years trying to make my man mad at me for being trans, so I'm happy with politeness. Oops. Put ma'am down. Ma'am mentions my book, and sure isn't it as good as a baby. I'm not sure she means it, or if she's even read it. She falls asleep in the car as I drive us home. Ma'am relaxed as she got older. Some of that was money. Once Fergal and I were both settled and doing well, things were easier. And she loves being a granny. There's no doubt about that. What's this last one? 1990X. Annual year 1, 6 months after the event. Who even is Anna? Year 1, 6 months after the event. The dark matter storms have ceased and the black hole radiation has diminished. Cassiopeia has been searching along the west coast for parts that could be used to create a small spaceship. The humans left alive are scattered across the land, panicked and sometimes dangerous. Cassiopeia keeps to herself. It's good for thinking. Everything is so different now. It has been hypothesized that black holes are the seeds of new universes. Cassiopeia can't be sure. Her opinion changes from day to day. I like branching, please. Did 100 unlikely futures separate and branch out, blooming like a wild garden? As Cassiopeia sits alone by a campfire one night in June, she spots someone watching her from the bushes. She stops playing with her makeshift radio and says hello. As they approach, Cassiopeia is struck by their face. They're so young, hardly more than a kid, but so tired too. What's your name? Cassiopeia says. Anu. She tosses them a can of beans and a blanket, and they eat quietly and hungrily. Over the next few months, Anu and Cassiopeia become inseparable. They make a good team. The last missing piece is fuel. It takes months, but one day Anu sees something shining on a beach. Cassiopeia runs to them. Her heart fills with hope. It only takes a few more days to have the ship ready to leave Earth. Anu has gotten quiet again. I guess you'll be leaving now, they say, looking down at the ground. Yep, Cassiopeia says. We're leaving as soon as I've done my last safety checks. There's room for 2 if you want to come. Their eyes light up, and Cassiopeia sees them really smile for the first time. Alright, well I think we'll stop here, because I think these are all different stories from different people, so you can keep going. But I'll leave these to you guys to check out on your own after you play the game by yourselves. It's already 11:30 anyway, so I've definitely gone over time. But thanks so much for hanging out, and I'll see you on Tuesday for Super Mario World. Thanks, and bye!